might have seen in my last video that Isaac interrupted me and I forgot that we still had 12 verses left. So I want to continue and just read the verses that talk about the plot to kill Jesus just before his death. It was 2 days before the Passover and the festival of the unleavened bread. The chief priests and the scribes were looking for a way to arrest Jesus by stealth and kill him, for they said, "Not during the festival, or there might be a riot among the people." While he was at Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, he sat at the table, and a woman came with an alabaster jar of very costly ointment of nard. She broke the jar, she poured the ointment on his head. But some were there, and they said to one another in anger, "Why was this ointment wasted in this way? For this ointment could have been sold for more than 300 denarii, and the money given to the poor." And they scolded her. But Jesus said to them, "Let her alone. Why do you trouble her? She has performed a good service for me. For you will always have the poor with you, and you can show them kindness whenever you wish, but you will not always have me. She has done what she could. She has anointed my body beforehand for its burial. Truly I tell you, whenever the good news is proclaimed in the world, what she has done will be told in remembrance of her." Then Judas Iscariot, who was one of the 12, went to the chief priests in order to betray Jesus to them. When they heard this, they were greatly pleased and promised to give him money. So he began to look for an opportunity to betray Jesus. When Jesus is anointed, we know it's to his death, and his disciples don't know that, and the complaints come in. It's a bit like the story when we were on Palm Sunday a few days ago, where people's idea of what they expect Jesus to be is not who Jesus expects that he's going to be and who Jesus will be for us. And as we look at these verses in Mark chapter 14 at the beginning, this anointing and this betrayal, a number of things change. The chief priest and the scribe, they look for a way to kill Jesus stealthily. That doesn't happen. Jesus' death is public, and that's because that's God's plan. They come to this anointing, and again, this is God's plan. The Father's planned that the Son will be anointed and prepared for his death, and that what she did, though costly, would be known and remembered. And our worship of the Lord should be costly, not always that type of costly, but it should involve sacrifice, and she gave the best that she had, not understanding, but in obedience. And that's something that we can all reflect on, that God calls us to give the best of what we have and do it so in obedience, not always understanding, not always knowing why, not always aware, worrying maybe what will happen, but trusting that if he said to do something, we should follow through and do it. And then when we see the end, Judas goes to the chief priests and offers to betray Jesus, and they were pleased and they promised to give him money. And he looked for the opportunity, and he's used in the Father's plan to see Jesus to the end that saves us all. Well, there's the 12 verses that I missed out. God bless you, and sorry about that. Not that you're going to be too worried, but I hope lots of you will be together later when we do Maundy Thursday prayers and communion together. God bless you.